Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with your Monday dose of CRL Monday Mini League here using F123. I'm your host, CRL Spider, and joined as always by my good friend and former Ferrari teammate. It's the one and only Mr. AFL.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the CRL Mini League. Glad to have Rob back in the commentary box alongside me. He's been MIA for the past couple of weeks, but we're back. He's back, and we're going to try our best to put on a good show for you tonight.
Couldn't have put it any better myself, AFL. It's great to be back in the commentary box, and what a week for me to decide to come back. We are live with the King of the Streets week, which means the boys are going to be battling out. Not only are they going to battle it out at Singapore in this round, do you know where we're heading to next, AFL?
Monaco.
Monaco. The word is enough to spread fear into any of these boys. Fear into any of these boys, let's face it. Spread fear into any of these boys is a bit like, I can hear myself. Nah, Singapore and Monaco, what a combination that our own CRL Murphy decided to dream up one evening. I think he thought, you know what, how can I punish these boys during this tournament? I know, let's shove them in Singapore, and then straight after, let's put them around Monaco for the fun of it.
Yeah, Singapore won't be too bad, but Monaco will literally be the death of some of these drivers, to be fair.
I've got money on only 4 drivers crossing the line in Monaco. Got good odds as well. Nah, obviously, these boys are all very talented. I'll tell you what, they're braver than I, because every time Monaco comes up, I'm either out in a few laps or I don't turn up. Not going to lie. Monaco is my bogey track, as it is with quite a lot of people.
I've only ever done, I think, 2 league races around at Monaco. And I think ended up in the top 5 in both of them. So, nice. I mean, it's a decent track. I remember coming through the field once. I think I dropped down to about 17th and coming through the field. So, Monaco, you can overtake. You've just got to know when and where to overtake. Because if you get it wrong,
to interrupt there, I just watched Pancake decide to try and make a new pit lane in Singapore by ploughing it into a wall. No, not even attempting to turn the corner. He just ploughed it straight in a wall. We're on board with Wee Cammy for the moment. Don't know if he's DSQ'd or not, but we'll soon find out as he's taking us around for the last little bit of one-shot quali. As always, it's one shot. There's no point us jumping on board with a certain driver purely because it's going to be over in a matter of seconds, like so. And we'll go through the grid in a minute. So, what can we say about Singapore, AFL? It's a night race. Obviously, this is a new version of Singapore. Obviously, it takes away the tunnel under the grandstand, if memory serves me correct.
Yes, it does, yeah.
Amazing. So, we'll get more onto Singapore and how we love the circuit in a moment. However, we're just going to go through the list quickly. So, Jay Hartnell takes pole for Singapore, followed by Rapid, Tobes, Clark, Panda, Cavolis, Ruben, Jenkins, Duncan and Harvey. They are your top 10. Coming now at the bottom half of the grid, you've got Indian Jesus, Curly, Topher, MKP, Wee Cammy, Victor Mean, Crack, Pancake, Polishman and Wee Rabby, either all not setting the time or getting DSQ'd. It is a hard circuit, but when you can get into the groove of Singapore, let's face it, it is a nice circuit to ride around. But if you do have a nightmare, it is literally a nightmare.
Yeah, Singapore. I think most of these drivers have driven around Singapore so many times now that we're sort of used to the track. And it's not as bad as it seems. I mean, it's a quick street track. Obviously, it's not on the levels of Jeddah, but it's quick. There's obviously certain tight and twisty sections, and the walls are very close. But it's a street circuit where you can overtake. So that means that we're going to see some sort of action instead of DRS trains that you may see at Monaco.
Yeah, it's obviously one of the more complicated street circuits as well, because most of the circuits are obviously 90 degrees turns as well, aren't they? So with a lot of street circuits, like you said, with Jeddah, with him being nice and twisty, you can find that groove and get into it. With Singapore, you've got to really, you've got to strategize each corner. You can't just go for it in each corner. I think you can at the start of Sector 1. Other than that, you've really got to tiny ERS, DRS management when it comes to this track.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm trying to remember my last time round Singapore. I think my last time round Singapore was in Formula X. I did finish, but I think I was lapped, if my memory serves me correct. But I think last time
we raced around Singapore and Cone.
I was absent that week.
Oh, were you?
I was in Zante. I was in Greece.
Are you sure?
I'm certain I didn't race that week. Absolutely certain I didn't. So I don't remember racing it in Cone in F123. Absolutely certain I didn't. But we can have a look at that later. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Anyway, AFL, while we wait for the boys to decide their tyres and their strategy, shall we talk about this week's Grand Prix that has been and gone?
Sure.
So, the Australian Grand Prix, was it worth waking up for at 3:30 AM? I'm going to go with yes, for multiple reasons.
I agree.
I
was up earlier, actually. I was up at 3:10.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I woke up at 3:30. Right, then, let's get the tyres up. There we go. So, mixture of tyres. Half the grid gone for softs AFL, half the grid's gone for mediums. 22 laps of racing ahead of us. But yeah, let's get back to Australia. So, I don't know how many people prayed to the gods of F1 for the Australian Grand Prix, but I think a lot of people's prayers, shall we say, were answered within 3 laps.
My prayers weren't answered, and what I will say is I don't want cars to retire. No. I never do, no matter how dominant or how bad they are. I want cars to be beaten on merit. And obviously, great win for Sainz there. Sainz done a fantastic job, and I'm really happy for him.
Fantastic drive from both Ferraris.
For Ferrari as well. Done really well. Disappointing for Mercedes.
Yeah, well, the good news is that George Russell is okay after that crash. That crash at the end was... I mean, I don't know if you've seen the onboard. Obviously, Sky Sports have released George Russell.
I have.
The terror in his voice after the car came to a stop. It's just good to hear that the driver involved is fine and that no harm came to any of the drivers. So, always good to see that because it was a terrifying crash. Not the worst one we've seen, but still scary. I think
I did read something today that they may need to reprofile that track because there was a similar crash in F2. I don't know if you saw that, where the car bounced off the wall back into the middle of the track.
I was awake. I was actually watching the F2 race when that happened. I actually saw that.
Yeah. It may need that barrier to be reprofiled a little bit, maybe further back so it doesn't push the drivers back out into the circuit, because obviously that turn has been reprofiled as well. It's a lot quicker than it used to be.
There's 4 DRS zones as well now, isn't it? Australia. Yeah. First track to have 4 DRS zones. It's mental. Absolutely.
But it was good to see that George was okay, and it's just testament to the how these cars are built with the safety aspect in mind.
Yeah, couldn't have put it better myself. Well, the cars are lining back up on the grid at the moment. It is an Aston Martin on pole and a Red Bull in second. Who's going to be the king of the streets this weekend? Remember, we've got 2 races coming this way. We are about to go live with the start of the CRL Mini League Singapore Grand Prix. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And that's green lights, and away we go. And Aston Martin off with a great start straight away. By the looks of it, Jay Hartnell's got a good start. But here comes Rapid down on the inside. And Jay Hartnell keeping the lead. And it's clean. We've got a couple of position changes further down. We're just jumping on board to see if anyone's been affected by any sorts of crash or contact. Oh, we've got an Aston Martin. Not Aston Martin. Alfa Romeo going a bit loose of Curly. He's gone back to full traction control as of this week. But it does appear that all drivers appear to have got away with any major damage, and it's a great start from Jay Hartnell as he takes the lead of the Singapore Grand Prix, and we're underway.
You mentioned Curly going back to full traction. Was he not running full traction?
He went to medium traction, but after speaking to the admins for the league, he stated...
we've got a spinner at the back.
That I believe is the Williams...
Cammy and Harvey. We have a virtual safety car.
And there's
I believe Cammy wasn't involved in that. He was just trying to get through, but his teammate was involved. We do have a McLaren with no front wing as well. Let's have a look.
Just trying to jump on board with the cars at the back.
It's MKP.
So there is an Aston Martin with no front wing. I believe that is a CRL Pancake. He's got full wing damage, so he'll be coming in probably for a hard set of tyres. And you say MKP there, mate?
Yeah, MKP.
Yeah, on board now. He's got full wing damage, so we're going to see him coming in probably for a set of hards as well. Trying to jump on board with anyone further up. Everyone looks fine there. Oh, we've got an Alfa Romeo also with slight wing damage of Tobes. He'll be coming in. The rest appear to have got unscathed, so that's where all the wings have ended up from. So we've got a few drivers coming into the pit, mate. Jay Hartnell, he'll get a bit longer on them softs, but the top three are all running soft tyres. Panda, Wubin and Convolis all running medium tyres behind it. Jenkins then is 7th with the soft tyres. It's going to be interesting as the VAC has been called off, so we're back under racing conditions. However, unlike actual F1, it's still 2 laps before DRS is enabled, which will be an interesting feature going into the new game, which will change up strategies completely, AFL.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see now with these guys now, with the strategy. We've got Harvey coming back on a set of softs. I mean, fair play. Early as well, coming back on a set of softs. But I would go maybe medium hard now because you can easily get a set of hards to the end. Yeah, to get how far back these guys are going to be as well. Doesn't really up the strategy if they're going to be pitting. Still, but if as it is a street circuit, there is their weather, there is a high chance of there being a safety car.
Yeah, 100%. I was literally just about to say that. It's not over yet. With it being street circuits, safety cars are going to be prone. We are on board with the battle for P1 at the moment as Rapid is trying to hunt down the Aston Martin of Jay Hartnell. Oh, can he take the opportunity?
That's out. He didn't want to compromise his line.
He didn't.
Rapid was looking rapid.
There you go, AFL. You can have that one. DRS now enabled, so Rapid is going to have the advantage going onto the streets very shortly on Jay Hartnell. We have got a nice little battle here for P1, but I do believe we've got a battle further back for, I believe the battle for P10 is starting to heat up quite nicely. Cammy, he's looking to get, well, obviously he's already in the points, but looking to get higher up the points. Rabbi, the reserve, the only reserve for today's sessions, he's coming out the pits on the fresh softs. Is he expecting another safety car?
Yeah, it's just a strange one, but as I said before, you're guaranteed another safety car round here.
Yeah, 100%. Jenkins also coming out the pits. He's come out onto fresh mediums, so I wonder what his mediums, could they go all the way AFL if there's no more safety cars, or do you think it's just a couple of laps out there? I mean, it's still...
No, I think you could get them to the end. Ah, well, there you go. Safety car.
Safety car. Victor Mina's out of the Grand Prix.
Yep.
What have we missed? So we're going to jump on board with Polishman and see if he can give us a view of what's happened. So, you may have been right. We're going to see a lot of drivers, I think.
Pitting. And so I think Claire PR is pitting as well.
I've got a feeling you're going to see a lot. Yeah, here comes Rapid. Jay Hartnell has chosen not to pit.
Yeah, interesting. He's going for track position.
I wonder if
the again, it's similar to what happened last year in Singapore with Sainz one, where we had that safety car, the final safety car, and both Mercedes pit, and I believe Sainz and Norris stayed out. Yep. So I mean, if you can get the car to the end, but obviously this isn't going to be to the end, but to the next stint, then who knows? And obviously Jay Hartnell's on 3 lap holds, soft tyres. He's still got quite a bit of life in them, so it would be worth him to roll the dice and see if he can open up the strategy a little bit.
No, that's true. A lot of the drivers choosing to go onto the hard tyre. Got a couple of drivers opting for mediums, but hard seeming to be the favourite from a lot of the drivers out on grid. 3 drivers have decided not to pit. As I say that, and Wee plummets into a war. He's now going to be pitting. Kavolis now up to P2 due to that, and Jay Hartnell obviously leading the safety car, but it is a safety car at the moment, so racing has pretty much come to a standstill for now. Obviously, the driver's thinking, is the red flags going to reappear? The short answer to that is no. They will not be appearing after a couple of issues from week 1. Obviously, we have had a few drivers as well ask, where are the graphics for this week? As AFL kindly put at the start of this stream, I have been absent this week due to personal commitments. So unfortunately, guys, I haven't had the time to do them. But rest assured, they will be released by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. And that is a promise. I just need to get them done this week. So they will be done. They will be out tomorrow. If you know, you know. That's all I'll say. Anyway, back to the racing action. We are under safety car. If you are just tuning in and you're a Sky Glass customer or a Sky Q customer, if you hit your red button, you're going to see absolutely nothing because I'm in control of what you can see. However, if you do press your red button, AFL will say something interesting.
I believe there's not been a Singapore race since 2008 where there's been no safety car. I think there's been a safety car every single Singapore Grand Prix.
Yeah. Or it's happened right at the very end. Didn't last season, if memory serves me correctly, mate, George crashed out on the last lap of the race?
Deja vu. Yeah. He did. Funny stat. Every race that Carlos Sainz has won, George Russell has crashed out.
Ooh, maybe it's a curse.
So, Great Britain 2022, where he had that crash with Granny Joe, first corner.
Carlos Sainz won.
Carlos won.
Yeah.
Singapore 2023, George Russell crashed out on the last lap. Carlos Sainz won.
Ooh.
And again, yesterday, 2024. George Russell crashed down. George Russell crashed out on the last lap, and Carlos Sainz won. So, Carlos Sainz owes George Russell a lot. He might owe him a pint or something.
Pint or two.
But yeah, it's just an unfortunate coincidence that George has crashed out, and hopefully he bounces back. The next race, obviously, next race being Suzuka.
Yeah, because the calendar is all about being eco-friendly this season. Well, the start of it, I should say. Obviously, as of next season, which I'm pretty sure you're in the same boat as I am, mate, the first race of the season in 2025 is Australia.
Yep, can't wait.
I actually can't wait. Real F1 is back at that point. The excitement of going, it's the first race of the season, I've got to wake up at 3:30. Get the bacon sandwich going, get the cuppa going. Right, that's it. I'm ready. It's F1 when it's Australia is round 1. Cannot wait. Anyway, I bet these drivers cannot wait because the safety car is also in this lap, mate. Jay Hartnell leads on the 4-lap old sauce. Obviously, he will have extended that stint. Hopefully, he's looked after the tyres, but he has got a lot of drivers on. And tell you what, Jay Hartnell's gone already. He's not wasted no time. He's sat there going, you know what, Rob, I'm off. Kavolis and Rapid are trying to hunt him down. Can they get it done? That is the question.
Let's have a look.
It's a good restart for the majority of these drivers. No bumps, no crashes. It's looking good.
Rapid looking to get the switch back now as they come down. This is Raffles Boulevard, I believe it is. And Rapid gets that position. So Rapid is back to P2 already after the safety car on a fresh set of tyres, so the tyre offset will be much better for him.
I'll tell you what, mate, sorry to interrupt, the battle for P3 is heating up a little bit as well. King Panda for a second there looked like he was going to have the move done on Kavolis, but I'll tell you what, he's backed out and now Clerp's eyeing up the Haas of Panda.
Yeah, obviously Clerp losing out a couple of positions due to that safety car, but proving that he's very quick. Believe he's a race winner as well in this sort of mini league, so he's definitely got the pace. but I'll jump back on board with Rapid because he is all over the gearbox. Jay Hartnell, as Jay Hartnell makes a mistake, goes wide, and they're side by side.
Yeah, but it looks a bit. Jay Hartnell's looking to try push to the outside line. I don't know if anyone saw that on my screen, but Jenkins, the first driver to pick up the 3-second penalty of the session for multiple track limits. Jay Hartnell nearly losing it there in the last corner. Keeps it alive well, but it has allowed Rapid just to get that. All it takes is that little wobble AFL, and that's it. Your opponent gets that extra time away from you. And especially in a circuit like that, it can be costly.
Yeah, this circuit does bite you if you put a foot wrong.
Panda looking to try and get the move done on Jay Hartnell. Nice battling on the inside there. Can he get it done? No DRS assistance at the moment, as we're only on the second lap after the restart. Obviously, DRS disabled for the first 2 laps after a safety car.
That's a bit of oversteer. That's keep it pointing in the right direction, which is the main thing, and then lose too much time to the car in front or behind.
Just over 1/3 officially through the first Grand Prix of the evening, AFL, and we've only had 1 DNF so far for Singapore. But out of the 2 circuits that we've got up this evening, this is the nicer one of the 2, as King Panda looks to try and make a move down the small straight there. Doesn't get it done, but he's going to be biding his time. Can he get it done now? He's got the inside advantage, and King Panda moves up to P2.
That was Jay Hartnell. I thought he was going to come back at him, but he felt better with it.
I wonder if
Panda.
I wonder if them 6-lap-old softs are just no match for the 3-lap-old softs of Panda. Cavolis moves up to P4 as well, getting around Indian Jesus. Cavolis is on all the time. You can't call it. Pancake picks up a 3-second penalty as well now. He's getting a penalty. Pancake.
Yeah, the strategy's really opened up now. And obviously penalties coming through now, which means these guys are pushing. So yeah, expect to see more penalties tonight.
Yeah,
but hopefully not too many where it's detriment to the race for these guys.
Yeah, couldn't put it better myself, mate. Right then, we got a yellow flag somewhere further down the line. I've got a feeling this may be for Wee Cammy. I'm not sure. No, it's not. It's Wee Rabbi in the Mercedes. He's kept it alive. It doesn't appear to have wing damage. No safety car deployed as we're back under green flag with conditions. That could have been nasty, but the Scotsman keeps it alive. Oh, we've got a yellow flag further down. We've got a VSC now. Who's this one for? It's for the Aston Martin of CRL Pancake. Now, if you were Jay Hartnell in this position, mate, and Cavolis, would you now jump into the pit for hards?
Yes, I'd pit now. I wouldn't go into hards and then set mediums.
Let's see what these boys do. Obviously, Panda might be considering it as well. Let's face it, we've got a couple of drivers which is coming in shortly. I think we're nowhere near it, Rob. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't think I ever know what I'm saying, let's face it. Who's coming in? The Mercedes of Cavolis there. I don't know if you saw that, AFL, but he pulled a smooth dummy. Cavolis picks up a VSC for driving too quickly under a VSC. That was harsh as the VSC is called off. That was harsh from the stewards. So Cavolis will now have to serve that drive-through within the next 3 laps of the race to avoid that black flag. We've got a battle for P3 as Crack gets round the Aston Martin of Jay Hartnell. It's nice racing, beautifully taken on the inside as the Ferrari moves up to P3.
Yeah, good move there from Crack, and obviously Crack being on a set of hard tyres now, 5-lap olds. Definitely will be taking them to the end, and those tyres will just get better.
Yeah, 100%.
Better as he puts more laps and mileage on those tyres. So Crack is in a decent position now.
Yeah, just got to keep his head down. He's in P3. He knows King Panda's got to come in at some point shortly, because those softs aren't going to go to the end. Depending on how Rapid looks after them tyres, he may have to come in as well. We've got another yellow flag halfway down in Sector 1. I believe that was for Wee Cammy again, and it was. Nothing major, though, there. Right, let's go and find a battle somewhere, AFL. Speaking of battles, we're on board with the battle for P5. Clark gets around Jay Hartnell. Those soft tyres have gone, you know what, I've had enough. You need to start considering bringing me in for a set of hards. Is he going to come in, or is he staying out? He's deciding to stay out. He's not coming in.
He's just going to tumble down the order.
He is, as Cavalis is gone. He's the next driver to go. We've had a spin, I think. He's not retired. Well, he didn't retire. He crashed on the barrier of the...
Sure.
I'm surprised that's not called a VSC at least, considering where he's positioned. Duncan.
I think did he not go in the pit?
I don't know. What's it called? He's crashed on the barrier. I don't know what's happened to Cavalis as of such, but
I'm hopeful that he retired. Obviously, he had the drive-through, and he was just probably like, I can't be bothered with this anymore.
I'm hoping so as well. It might be investigated by the stewards, but that'll be one to look at a later time. Pancake's having a bit of a mare at the moment. He's losing his back end a little bit. Oh, Pancake's all right out there. Talented driver, Pancake. Good battler. Rapid is just running off into the distance. He's got a 5.3 second advantage over King Panda. Panda's going to be thinking about coming in soon on them softs. Crack's in a very comfortable position. Clark also in the same position as Crap. We could be looking at a battle between the Ferrari and the Alpine as we go into the final session, final laps of the